Hey guys, how is it going? We have a new Minecraft Snapshot this week, and I didn't do one last week because the particular contents of that were pretty boring, so there we go. Why do you have to rain on my video? That is so annoying. Okay. And then we've got zombies just making all this noise. Anyway. Okay, we might as well get started with it. Something new in this particular snapshot is that we have a new world file format called Anvil, which means that we get 256 max height to work with. So right from the bottom all the way up to the tippy tops. I'm not sure if they've actually oh, hang on. I'm not sure if they've increased the ground. No, ground is still around 60 to 65. So we will work with that, and then supposedly all the way up to the top. As you can see on the top left, we have the Y coordinates going up steadily. This is going to be quite interesting because so many people have asked for the height limit to be increased. So I've got you can barely see, well, I suppose you can kind of see the ground. 250, oh there we go, 256. So this is about as high as you'll be able to build now. So that'll be quite interesting. You can see a lot of good uses for that. And the next thing on the update is multiplayer-like calculations do no longer cause affected blocks to be transmitted to clients. Instead, the clients will blah 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 blah. Basically, the servers aren't going to be, servers are going to be a little bit more lazy. Clients will, decide how light something is instead of making the server do all the work. So if it's brighter, then it will look around, see if there's torches, etc. It'll just work out like that. Also, something interesting that I didn't know happened at this moment, I found this village, and in this chest it came with 3 diamonds, an iron pickaxe, some saplings and all that good stuff. I didn't know that they had treasure chests in the new houses now, but apparently they do, so I thought that was quite interesting to note. Villages will now be repopulated depending on how many houses there are. So if we have a certain amount of... where are they? They're all been hiding in this particular house to get away from the zombies. If all of those guys have been killed and there's only like 2 left, the village will be repopulated. You'll see little baby villagers. But unfortunately I can't just place them and show you what the little baby ones look like, which is a bit of a pain, but that's okay, we can work with that. Be nice if I could just... I suppose I can just kill them and see what happens. Okay. Anyway, also moving on to the next thing, we have, let's see, some nights and villages will be worse than others, so I just assume by that we may get more zombies, particularly on some nights than others, but this is only in villages, so you don't even have to live around this area. In fact, it's just based on that statement, it's possibly worse off if you live in a village. Okay, especially since zombies break down doors now. Anyway, let's see if these two will have beautiful sex. Added a redstone controlled light source. This is a little bit harder to show you during the daytime, which I was supposed to have already gone through the video by now, so please bear with me. Okay. Why is it still bright? Something is wrong with the lighting right now. That, is my brightness setting up too high maybe? Still a little bit bright. Anyway, we now have... I'm running out of space. We now have new redstone lamps. So at the moment they flick on and off, that's cool. They don't actually light anything up by themselves at the moment. If you go like this and get rid of the torch, then it will light up, however it still won't turn off. If you break it, then the light goes back down to normal, so that's just a bug that Jeb will have to fix at some point. One of the next things in the update is we have decreased chance for rare mob drops, so I'm assuming that gas will... Where is it? We have fire charge, so I'm assuming that ghasts drop those. but now they'll just be dropping at a decreased rate. So, you know, that's interesting. Doesn't really matter to me. Okay, and all animals will now use the new AI system. Again, I don't quite know too much about that because they don't actually list anything, which gets quite annoying, I will tell you. But yes, the game can't use the full range of IDs yet because there are still assumptions that IDs above 256 are items. That was just a little side note that came with the snapshot. Blah 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 blah. The snapshot will convert the maps you load to a new file format. If you want to revert to the old format, you will need to replace the level.dat file with the file called level.dat_mcr. The new format will write world regions to these files called .mca, so your original regions will remain as .mcr. So that's just a little bit of information pertaining to keeping your old world files if you want to go back to your old saves and use the outdated version of Minecraft, etc, etc. Anyway, hey guy. You know, these houses are looking a little bit nicer. I'm glad. Okay. Except for that. This one still looks ugly. Okay. I think that is everything. I have not shown you the little villages, but maybe if I, you know, catch them, I'll add that as well. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you have a positive or negative response, feel free to leave it in the comment section. Otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will possibly catch you next week, depending on whether or not the snapshot will be interesting. Okay guys, catch you all later.